You are listening to the Business Talk podcast. I'm your host Deepak. Today we are delighted to host a truly multifaceted guest whose expertise spans management, business, wellness, and even the world of sports, athletics, and academics. It's an honor to welcome Dr. Sonia Bathla to our podcast. Dr. Sonia serves as Director of Sports at Ahmedabad University and is a technical official on the International Hockey Federation leading panel. Recognized with Hockey India President Award 2023, she was the only Indian women official at the 2023 Men's Hockey World Cup, combining academic, administrative, and athletic expertise. She is a dedicated and passionate leader with over 15 years of demonstrated success in teaching, administration, research, sports event management, and sports collaborations. She is a goal-oriented professional known for her strong interpersonal abilities, creative problem solving, and positive attitude in identifying winning approaches to achieve objectives and lead teams to success. Committed to continuous learning and growth, Dr. Bathla applies her knowledge and drive to deliver impactful results for institutions and organizations. Her expertise spans physical education, hockey, baseball, and sports management. With academic credentials that include a PhD, UGC NET, MBA, Master and Bachelor of Physical Education and Sports Sciences from Mewar University, Rajasthan, and Chaudhry Charan Singh University, Meerut. Dr. Bathla brings a multidimensional approach to sports, fostering the holistic growth of both institutions and departments she is associated with. In this episode, Dr. Sonia Bathla shares compelling insights from her research beyond the field, how sports programs drive academic and professional success in institutions. So without further delay, let's welcome Dr. Sonia Bathla to the podcast. Dr.
Thank you,
Sonia,
Deepak.
thank you for graciously accepting our invitation. It's an honor and privilege to have you today.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you for having me to share my insights.
Dr. Sonia, looking back at your journey from being a student of sports sciences to representing India on the global stage, what personal experiences or turning points have most shaped your identity as a leader in sports?
So, you know that I was a player, then I moved to officiating, and now I work as in an academic institution in a senior position. So, the first turning point was when I captained my university team and captained my STC team, which is the SAI, Sports Authority of India Delhi team. During that tenure of mine, while I was representing the university and the SAI team as a captain, I was leading the team within the team. So that helped me to understand that how you can work within the team to motivate them to achieve a certain goal. And then I moved into, after some time later on the years, I moved into the officiating part and I represented my country at the global stage where I was leading the team off the field. Though I was very much part of the matches and the sports, but then I was leading the team from offside the field, which again was the turning point where I learned that we need to lead the team off the field, ensuring the system still itself work. So those were the two turning points of my sports career.
Very insightful. How do sports programs contribute to shaping students' academic performance and professional readiness beyond physical fitness?
I have seen, Deepak, the student in the university, while they go to represent university in the competitions or they are organizing any event, they do a lot of planning, preparation, time management, because the events are happen for the few specific number of days and the dates. It's not like you have an entire year, you can have any time. It's a specific dates and the dates. So during the time limit, they require to perform everything. They need to, from the planning, budgeting, collaborating with the teams and the other people, and then proceed with the work. And this is what exactly the same skill which is required in academics and career. They ensure that they meet the deadline. They ensure that they need to plan properly, and then they need to be disciplined. This is what the sports helps the kids to go beyond the field to their classrooms and further to their career.
Dr. Sonia, can you explain how participation in sports enhances cognitive skills such as focus, problem solving, and strategic thinking?
So for me, if I take up from my experience as a official, as a technical official at the global stage, it sharpened my focus skill and the strategy thinking. For example, while I'm standing off field and I'm the in charge of the game, which is happening inside, the 22 players are playing inside with the two umpires, but there are the other substitutes are sitting on the two side of the benches. So I need to be broaden my focus. I need to solve the problem which comes at a real time, because I don't have time to be go back, stop the game, and then find the solution for that. And the same applies for the student athlete also. While they're on the field, they need to focus what is happening there. They can't take a time off and come out and then find the strategies that how to beat. Because by the time you are making a strategies, others also change their strategies. So that how the sports help them to focus more, strategize their thinking then and there, and then solve the problem immediately. They cannot wait. For example, in badminton doubles, they cannot wait that where the shuttlecock will come, who will gonna take up. What if we decide the first person is gonna be the taker, but shuttlecock comes to me? I cannot wait the person to come on that side and then take the shuttle. So that is how the focus works. So this is how the strategy thinking, focus, and the problem solving helps the sports persons to excel in their other areas of their life.
Very interesting. What role do sports play in teaching time management, discipline, and prioritization skills that are essential for academic and career success?
So, as a student athlete myself, when I was in my academic days, on that time, I was doing the early hour trainings. That was somewhere 6 a.m. in the morning. Then I was having my lectures. And then in the evening, I was playing matches somewhere. Right. So, if I don't plan, it was not like we were journaling something. It automatically comes up, because if I left behind something, everything fall behind. So it started by, for all the student athletes, it starts itself, because they need to be reach on ground early to do a training session and then later on attend the class, because they cannot fall behind with the academics either. And then later on, they require to go on other days, on the weekends, maybe, or some of the working days to participate in the events. So this is how they start unknowingly the time management. And if they really want to achieve, if we really want to achieve something, we need to be focused and stick to the timeline which we have planned. That's how the disciplines comes in that. And this is what they take up from the sports while they move into academics. They don't miss never their deadlines, because unknowingly they know how to plan their day. They know how to plan their deadlines, whichever comes in a project ways. So this is what I learned, and I'm sure this is what the student athlete learn unknowingly from the planning, time management, discipline, and focus. And also in sports, you can't say that tomorrow this is my planning. What if any of the match comes? What if any of the specific training teams comes? Or what if any of the expert comes? So that helps to prioritize your day, which is very instant and which is very much required in your life. So from the sports, the students take up such kind of skills in their normal life. They prioritize, they discipline, they manage their time, because they need to be tweaked. We only have 24 hours. So we need to be tweak everything into that if we want to excel everywhere. So this is how the sports help in the student personal, professional, and further on in their career life.
Dr. Sonia, sports often involve setbacks and challenges. How do these experiences prepare students to handle failures and adapt in academic and professional life?
So again, I give an example from my own experience. So while you officiate, or while you are going somewhere and you take some decision, there are a lot of criticisms also comes over there. The sports teach you, you can't walk away. You need to be stand firm. You need to be face the challenge, because you know you are fair. You are going by the books. And being an official, it is your utmost responsibility to let the others follow that books and the regulations. So this is what the student also learn, the resilience. They just can't walk away. Failure is never an end in sports. It's always a feedback. You fail, you take a feedback, you go ahead, you learn something from your previous tournament, previous participation, previous training sessions, then you try again, you train again, and then you go ahead. So we in sports, we never say that win or loss. If we lose, we again take a feedback and then we go ahead to further enhance. This is what the in life also we require. So this is where the setbacks and the challenges help us to go ahead in our life also.
In your view, how can schools and colleges better integrate sports into their educational framework to enhance holistic student development?
The biggest step, I feel like every institution should have sports in their timetable. It's not, no more the sports is a extracurricular. It is now co-curricular. If we really want to be our children multi-dynamics, then the sports required to be a part of our curriculum, required to be part of our timetable, especially in universities. In schools, we have seen, because of the CBSE guidelines, they do have the sports, and this NEP 2020 also forces the universities, institutions, and colleges and schools to be let have sports as a part of the timetable. But still, it is really required to understand its importance. So it's the importance is it's not about to have a theoretical things. While the students come on the ground, they make bonds, they celebrate the victories, they learn the friendship, they make new friends, they solve the challenge together. Because many of the games and sports are for team games. So if it is in a timetable, so they maximum time they play in a team. They make a team, they meet the random people whom they might have not going to be meet ever in their classrooms or maybe in their corporate life, but they meet from where they create this resilience, friendship, and the leadership skills which classrooms can't teach fully. The sports does, and that's the two integration which is really required in our current education system.
Dr. Sonia, balancing roles as an academic leader, international hockey official, and sports manager is not a small feat. What personal values or daily practices help you manage these diverse responsibilities effectively?
There is only a one guiding value I follow, and that's fairness. I always feel like whether I am on ground, whether I'm in boardroom, or maybe I'm talking with my student, I just need to be fair. If I fair, I believe everything comes and everybody understands what you want to say that. And this fairness is non-negotiable. So this fairness is something, because see, switching my role on the one day, I'm doing a officiating in one of the tournament, and on the next day I am in a boardroom, and then on the other day maybe I'm leading my university team to organize some inter-university competitions. So this is only possible because of my discipline routine and my fairness in my mind. So this is what I always believe, and this is what I always go through with that.
Could you share examples of how sports participation has directly influenced or accelerated student professional journeys?
So I have seen students, those who have represented university in inter-university competitions, later at their corporate team, those who have organized any sports festivals, or maybe those who have part of any of the project of sports, they were able to handle the corporate project management very well, because sports has taught them the things and the challenges, the decision making much earlier than their professional life. Being a part of the committee, being a part of the team, they have already started taking decisions, they have already planning, they had already did the pressure management, which further on while they are going for their corporate life, they were already ready to face, because they did that. Yes, it was in a two different dimensions, but the essence is same. It's just required to a switch, and it makes easy for the student athlete to make a swift switch than to the person who is now very new to face those challenges.
Dr. Sonia, what kind of institutional policies or investment are needed to strengthen the link between sports, academics, and career outcomes?
For me, the policies we required is like attendance flexibility, scholarships, the sports scholarships, and recognition for the achievements, which is very less nowadays. Many of the organizations have started to give a scholarship, but we are still very far from the genuine effort to provide us scholarships or to give them attendance flexibility to the person. And also the investment nowadays institutions are doing, but the investments are somehow have limited to our infrastructure, but it required to go beyond that. If we really want to have strengthen our sports area, we require to have a trained coaches. We require to have a research sports science laboratories, like we have the library for scholars. We have the labs for the engineers, or we have a labs for our other projects in academics. So I think sports deserve the same kind of attention. If we're really looking for some holistic professionals environment to develop our sports into our normal day-to-day life, that is something I believe that that kind of investment is required from the organization.
Very powerful message. Dr. Sonia, I would like to conclude this episode with last question. As the world of education evolves, what role do you see sports playing in shaping the next generation of academically strong and professionally prepared individuals?
I believe the workplaces of tomorrow will demand the adaptability, resilience, and emotional intelligence. These are the skills no textbook teach you fully. But sports does this naturally. While you are on the field, you learn all the things automatically. You no need to even pay an extra attention on them. It just comes up with the situation. And even if I look back at my journey, from playing at national to represent country at the World Cup and the Commonwealth Games, and then sitting at an academic institution, making the policies or making our sports more available to the coming generation, that I think proves that the sports prepare you your role well beyond the field. It prepares you to take care of the other aspects, whether you are on the field or not. There are a lot of areas at the back which require to be looked after. And sports prepare you for that naturally. For the next generation, I believe sports will be the bridge between academic knowledge and the real world readiness. This is what I believe, and I hope our organizations, institutions, our coming generation think about that and take up fun of the sports at least in their life, because everybody cannot be a sports professional, but the value sports teach you, you can learn that. Everyone can learn that. So playing doesn't mean that you're required to be a professional. You just need to play.
Thank you, Dr. Sonia Bathla, for sharing such an insightful perspective. Your ability to balance multiple roles with dedication and clarity truly reflects the values you live by. And it's inspiring for anyone striving to integrate passion with profession. Your journey highlights not just professional excellence, but also the personal discipline and mindset needed to sustain success. Thank you once again for joining with us and sharing your beautiful insights with our audience.
Thank you, Deepak, for having me and taking my insight into that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.